Hello everybody, what's up, what's going on, and welcome to the 41st episode of Raptors in 1. Here we go, finally, the NBA Finals. I'm finally covering it. I know, I'm in 3 games in, almost the 4th game now. Tonight's the 4th game, and I am finally putting my thoughts on the finals. So, without any further ado, let's get it. So guys, NBA Finals 2022, the end of it all. For all the marbles, bragging rights, endorsements, anything, Larry O.B. trophy, MVP, it's all here. It's all on the line. And this is between the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors. And this, to me, has now become a classic heavyweight. Yes, I know Lakers fans, Boston fans, Spurs fans, even arguably Heat fans. I get it. We've had some rivalries, of course, between the Lakers and Celtics, the most classic of rivalries. Of course, Spurs is thrown there in the mix as well. I get it, but the Golden State and this Boston team right now, the way they've been playing in this series, man, it's going to go down as a classic. Because these two are, they're matched well. They are matched well, and I can see it. I will admit something, guys. I was really hoping that the Miami Heat would have come out from the conference. And if you have been watching my episodes, you would have seen that I was supporting Miami Heat solely because, of course, of the GOAT, the greatest Raptor of all time, Kyle Lowry. Now, Miami Heat didn't make it, and I was disappointed. I really was hoping that Boston would not make it to the finals. But I gotta say, I'm actually, in a way, happy for the core. I'm talking specifically Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, even though I don't like him as a player. But, yeah, in a way, I'm kind of happy for him because he stuck it out with the core, right? And Al Horford, his first finals appearance, right? This is big for the Boston Celtics. And you know what? They are playing like they belong. I have underestimated this team since the beginning of the playoffs, and they have proven me wrong every round of the playoffs till now. Guess what? They're proving me wrong even right now, the way they've been playing in the finals. Because, I'll admit it, I am still, regardless of what the series is right now, I get it. Right now, the Boston Celtics is up 2-1, but I'm still picking the Golden State Warriors to win this. That's right, Golden State Warriors fans. I got you. I'm on the same train. But it is not looking good right now. All is not lost, though. It's still 2-1. Still not late. But I gotta say, this game tonight, Game 4, it is very important for the Golden State. If they can win this game, now we got us a series. And then I am saying, if the Golden State Warriors win this game tonight, this is going to be a 7-game series, and this is exactly what you want. The drama, the intensity in an NBA Finals. It doesn't get any better than this. I'm sure we're all tired of the narrative of Boston Celtics winning championships over championships over championships. Come on, how many more do you need? How many more? And then you got Golden State Warriors, who are just so dominant, especially with their core of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. How much more dominant do you need to be? How many more snooze fest of rounds and series in the playoffs and in the finals do we need where you guys just totally dominate and the other team just cannot get it? Well, this series is an amazing series, ladies and gents. And this is one of those, you just can't take your eyes off of it. Yeah, we're going to talk about this series. So, let's start off with Game 1. I pegged Golden State to win it. Come on, it's in Golden State after all, right? And, the Golden State team, this is a veteran team to the finals. They have been to so many finals. I can't remember how many, but they've been to way more finals than this Boston Celtics team has been, even with their core. This is all everybody's first finals appearance. But the Golden State, they've been there. They've done it. So I was thinking, at home, this core, and with Clay back, you know, with Steph Curry being elite as usual, and Draymond being his pesky, you know, tough nose and the defense with the boards and stuff, they got this. And of course, with the emergence of Jordan Poole, like, I'll admit it, I did not hear about Jordan Poole up until this season. And he's been going nuts in Steph Curry's absence. So I thought they got this in the bag. And of course, I wanted them to get this in the bag. And I still want the Golden State Warriors to win it. No offense, Celtics fans. I gotta say though, Celtics fans, I love this team. This team you guys got, it's amazing. The way they distribute the ball, I've seen it. I've seen it in this series. I'm watching it. They got good ball movement. You know, the big three, they're playing like the big three. Now, arguably, you might think, well, the big three are Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart, for me, not so much. I think Al Horford is a bigger threat to the opponents than Marcus Smart is, and I'm pretty sure most of you agree with it. If you don't, guess what the comment section is for. So don't forget to hit that comment section. Of course, if you like my content, hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe. I got more content. I've got other content as well. So don't hesitate. Check it out. All right, coming back to game one. Jason Tatum had a tough game. Yes, I thought they did a very good job defending Jason Tatum. And of course, you know, I think maybe it was nerves for him. You know, maybe his first finals appearance, maybe a lot of pressure, you know, on him to perform. Of course, just my speculation and from reading a few articles here and there, maybe the legacy of the Black Mamba and how he was, you know, tutored by none other than Kobe Bryant, the late Kobe Bryant, the great Kobe Bryant himself. Maybe all of that kind of like was weighing on his mind, and he just didn't. I mean, I think his shooting percentage was some awful, God knows, like 17, 16%, something like that. But he still ended the game off with 12 points, 13 assists. That's the mark of a great player. Ladies and gents, anybody else, any other ball player who wants to make it big, you have to realize this. There is more to the game than scoring the ball. Yes, if you want the glitz, you want the money, you want the fame, you want the glamour, score the ball. Be an elite scorer. But you want the championships, you want the legacy, and guess what? The money will come, the fame will come. But if you want all of these things, the things that matter the most, the championship, the legacy, you gotta affect the game, you gotta impact the game in more ways than just scoring. Because guess what? You will not always be an elite scorer. There will be a matchup that you just cannot score against. There might be a defensive scheme that you just might not be able to score against, or you just might have a terrible night where you just can't get your shot off. What do? Impact other sides of the game. Defense, rebounds, ball movement, IQ. You know, be a good leader. Anything, right? And in game one, I saw Golden State was, you know, they were controlling the game for most of the game, right up until the fourth quarter. And that's when, you know, that's when you got your veteran, Al Horford. That's why they brought him back. It's because of his veteran leadership. He rallied the troops. He's like, all right, let's do this. We need to put the squeeze on him. We need to start scoring. We need to start being aggressive. And they started hitting the paint. And that's when I started to realize, not just that quarter, but I was kind of more, at least based on the highlights, I was waiting and seeing, I'm like, when are they going to attack the paint? Because I have noticed, at least up till this so far, and up until as much of the series that I've watched and through the highlights, Golden State's vulnerable inside. They're not big inside. And I think Boston is definitely bigger inside. They should just be attacking the paint. They cannot guard the paint. They sometimes even have to go in the 2-3 zone just to guard the paint. You know? And that's exactly what they've been doing. And I have to tip my hat off to the coaching staff as well. They recognize that. And right away, it's like, you know, nobody can guard Tatum. Tatum's long inside, so he can score inside all day. Of course, you know, you can even argue Jaylen Brown. He's very athletic. He can get his when he wants to. It's all about being aggressive. This is the finals. If you're not going to be aggressive now, when are you going to turn it on? You know, it's time to man up. This is for the Larry O'Brien trophy here. Ladies and gents, you got to make it. You got to bring it. And you got to bring it at the crucial moment. Whether, I don't care if you've been, you know, if you've been watching it for the first 3 quarters. You come alive in that 4th quarter and you take command of the game and you win it. That's putting out a big message. And of course, this message was heard by the Golden State Warriors loud and clear. And guess what? They responded in Game 2. Game 2. Golden State Warriors came out. And you know what? I gotta say, I think maybe Golden State kind of took Boston Celtics for granted. I think they may have underestimated them a little bit, but that's not the case. This is a hungry Celtics team. They want to win. I feel like Celtics have had a harder path to the finals than the Golden State Warriors did. Celtics, they have been battle tested. This score of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and Al Horford, they have been tested. They have been through years of disappointment, of exiting in the Eastern Conference semifinals or finals. They have been through that. Now that they've gotten over that hump, they smell blood. And they want that trophy. They want it bad. I can see it. I can see it, and I respect that. Even though I don't want the Celtics to win it, I respect that. And you know what? If they win it, yeah, I'll be a little disappointed because honestly, I want Golden State Warriors to win. But I would still tip my hat off to the Boston Celtics and be like, you know what? They deserve it every bit. And you know what? I love Jason Tatum's game. I love Jaylen Brown's game. And of course, I love Al Horford's leadership. Marcus Smart, necessary evil. Moving on. In the series up till this game 4 that's going to be played tonight, Chef Curry's been Chef Curry. Exactly what he's doing. He's cooking. There is no answer for him just yet. Although, I gotta say, Jaylen Brown's had his number a couple of times. I've noticed that a bit. And they're doing things to slow Chef Curry down, but they can't slow him down yet. I feel if the Golden State Warriors are going to be winning this series, it's got to be up to the X Factors. Some of the X Factors being Draymond. Yes, you're doing everything on the defensive end. You're crashing the boards. You got to move the ball around a bit, but you also got to produce. You have to put the ball in the net at the end of the day. You got to keep that defense honest. If you can start being a threat on the offensive end, now you've added a critical wrinkle on the opponent's forehead. Because think about that. Let's go back to 2016. The 2016 finals, when the Golden State Warriors were taking on Cleveland Cavaliers, who were, of course, being headed by none other than LeBron James. And, of course, they blew a 3-1 lead to lose in the finals. But what a lot of people may not remember, or may even remember and may argue against me with this, but if Draymond hadn't been ejected in Game 6 of that series, we would be looking at a whole different Game 7. And I would even argue and say that Golden State would have gone to win that championship if Draymond Green had not been ejected from Game 6. Now, this is why I say it's going to fall onto Draymond. He is going to have to be their defensive anchor. He's going to have to be gritty. He's going to have to be tough. He's going to have to be annoying. He's going to have to get under their skin. This is for the Larry O'Brien trophy. You can't be thinking, you know, oh, the crowd is this and that and blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, like, oh, the referees are not calling it. Oh, they're banging my buddies. But no, it doesn't matter anymore. Now you gotta just, like Woody Harrelson says in Zombieland, nut up or shut up. I would say maybe take that shut up part and just nut up. Just go nuts. You know? I mean, you've been running your mouth so much, but I know, Draymond, I know that once you start putting in that effort and hold it down anchor down the defense and start putting the ball in the bucket a bit, keep the defense honest on you, this is going to be a whole different series. And of course, in Game 2, Jordan Poole, he came out alive. He started to show the Jordan Poole that we were used to seeing in the regular season. And, of course, he had a great game. Steph Curry was Steph Curry, as usual. Klay Thompson had a little bit of struggles, but he made some key buckets too. And I feel like another key in Golden State's success, apart from Draymond, I feel like maybe Iguodala is going to get to have some more defensive responsibilities, especially if it means, you know, locking down Jaylen Brown, locking down Jason Tatum, either or. Iggy's got to have to come back. Now, of course, if the series goes on the way it does, I gotta say, I know it's a little early, but if the Boston Celtics were to win the championship, my prediction for the MVPs is going to be between two people. And it all depends on how the series finishes. But so far, and a lot of people will, the first name that comes to their mind is probably Jason Tatum. I don't fault him for thinking that. But for me, the first name that came to my mind was Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown has been the more consistent Celtic player in this series so far. He hasn't struggled. He has been elite, not just on the offensive end, but on the defensive end as well. And I would even say a close second, Al Horford. Al Horford, not just for his leadership, but also for coming up big in clutch moments. I mean, if Andre Iguodala could win MVP while with Golden State, while you have heavy hitters like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, maybe even Draymond Green over Iggy, I had not imagined that Iguodala would have been the MVP in those finals. And I can't remember which year, I apologize. But if Iguodala could be the MVP, why not Jaylen Brown and Al Horford? Now, coming back to Game 3, you know, Game 3, man, I was still picking Golden State to win it. And surely enough, Boston Celtics loves to prove me wrong. I almost feel like I need to just keep picking Celtics if I want the Golden State Warriors to win. And, yeah, Boston Celtics, man, again, it's the ball movement. Like, when they're being aggressive and driving the paint, when they're being aggressive on the defensive end, when they're passing the ball movement's great. And they're hitting those key shots, man, they're an unstoppable team. Even the Golden State Warriors don't have any answers for that. But I'm not counting out Golden State just yet. I think they can pull this off, but they need to win the game tonight. Tonight is the most important game for the Golden State Warriors. Of course, every game moving forward is going to be the most important until the final buzzer hits and the winner is decided. But if they don't win this game tonight, they're going to be on a 3-1 uphill battle. And that's going to be a tough one to overcome. Can it be this team that does it? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. But it's definitely not the best position to be in. Because this Boston Celtics team, I feel like they're like sharks, man. If they know that they got this 3-1 lead, they're going to want to finish this. They're going to want to just, they don't care if they're doing it in Golden State's home or in their own home. They're going to want to do it. Because they will smell blood. And that's what sharks do. When they smell blood, they just want to finish it. So that's it for me, guys. You know, I'm going to try to be a little more consistent when it comes to covering the finals. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. If you're curious as to who I'm picking to win, I'm still picking the Golden State Warriors. But I feel like after tonight's game, if the Golden State Warriors win tonight, it's going to be a 7-game series. Golden State wins it in 7. And if Boston wins it tonight, I think Boston would win it in 6. Yeah, I hate to admit it, but I feel like maybe Boston is the best matchup for Golden State right now. Like, they match up well against them. And unless, you know, Steve Kerr figures something out, unless the rest of the Golden State team starts to wake up and they're like, okay, you know, Larry O.B. is starting to slip away from our hands. Maybe we need to do something about it. I feel like Boston may have this, but I am not losing hope on the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors fans, I got you. I am on the same track as you guys are for now. I know it's Raptors in 1, but Raptors are not in the finals yet. It will happen. Mark my words. That's all I got. Until next time, I'm out.